Imagine this. You're an American business owner in Alaska. You depend on essential supplies, food, medicine, fuel, coming from the lower 48, the fastest, most cost-effective route, through Canada. But suddenly that road is shutting down. Red tape, new Canadian regulations, unspoken political tensions. And now, prices are skyrocketing. Delays are crippling businesses. The economy of an entire U.S. state, Alaska, is being held hostage. Why? Why is Canada, our closest ally, choking off a vital trade route? Is this about politics, about money, or something deeper? Let's dive in. The trade lifeline. Why Alaska needs Canada. Alaska is part of the United States, but look at a map. It's isolated, cut off from the mainland. How do goods reach Alaska? There are two main ways. One by sea, expensive, slow, vulnerable to bad weather. Two by land, the Econ Highway running through Canada. But Canada controls that highway, and now they're tightening their grip. Canada's British Columbia government is proposing new tariffs, tolls, and restrictions on U.S. trucks carrying goods to Alaska. What does that mean? Higher costs for American businesses, 3 delays at the border, supply chain disruptions. For Alaska, this is an economic disaster. For the U.S., it's a national security threat. So why is Canada doing this? Canada's move, retaliation, or power play? Why would Canada risk angering its largest trading partner? The answer is simple. Trump's tariffs, 25% tariffs on Canadian steel, new taxes on Canadian lumber and dairy, threats to revoke energy trade agreements. Canada is striking back, not with words, but with action, blocking or taxing U.S. trucks heading to Alaska. This isn't just a trade dispute, it's leverage. Canada is sending a message. If you hurt our economy, we'll hit you where it hurts most, your access to Alaska. And they can, because Alaska is trapped geographically. There is no alternate highway. Every truck must pass through Canada. A Canadian blockade could cripple Alaska's economy. This isn't just a trade war anymore. It's a battle for control. The reality of Alaska's vulnerability. Imagine this, a U.S. truck carrying vital supplies, fuel, food, medicine, reaches the Canadian border. Stop. A toll booth appears. New fees imposed. Cargo inspections slow everything down. Suddenly, what was once a routine trip becomes a logistical nightmare. Alaskan businesses struggle. Prices soar. Tourism declines. Alaska is cut off. No highways, no railroads, only expensive air or sea routes. And that's exactly what Canada wants Washington to realize. You cannot take us for granted. You cannot keep imposing tariffs without consequences. This is not a bluff. This is a strategic counterstrike, Alaska's hidden Achilles heel. Most Americans don't realize it, but Alaska's economy is deeply dependent on Canadian goodwill. Think about it. $800 million plus in goods move between the lower 48 and Alaska every year. Almost all of it passes through Canada. What happens if that route is disrupted? Delays, shortages, price spikes. Now ask yourself, would Washington really let Canada close off the Alaska route? Or would this trade dispute escalate into something far bigger? Let's dig even deeper. Canada's next move, economic leverage or political bluff? Ottawa knows its power here. British Columbia is signaling toll booths, fees on U.S. trucks. Tariffs could cost millions for American businesses shipping to Alaska. Could this spiral into an all-out trade war? And let's not forget, Alaska isn't just about trade. Energy, fishing, military supply chains. It's a national security asset. So now the big question, is Canada really going to block the Alaska route? Or is this just a power play to force Trump's hand? This dispute could rewrite U.S.-Canada relations. Stay with me, because the stakes are about to get even higher. The domino effect, how this trade battle could spiral. If Canada follows through, the economic shockwaves would be massive. Businesses in Alaska would face skyrocketing costs. Supply chains for food, fuel, and essential goods could be crippled. Truckers, manufacturers, and consumers across the U.S. would feel the impact. But that's just the beginning. International investors are watching. If Canada disrupts trade routes, markets could react violently, hurting both economies. And here's the kicker. Trump thrives on trade battles. If Canada moves forward, will he hit back even harder? This fight isn't just about money. It's about power, leverage, and national pride. So where does this end? Diplomacy? A brutal economic war? Or something even bigger? Stay tuned, because this story is far from over. The final showdown. What happens next? This isn't just a trade dispute anymore. It's a battle for control, a battle for leverage. And now both sides are staring each other down. United States Trump's White House, determined to show strength, refusing to back down. Canada's leaders, pushing back harder than ever, ready to play their Trump card. Will British Columbia really impose these tolls on U.S. trucks? Will legal battles drag this out? Or will Washington retaliate with even harsher tariffs? Could this escalate into a full-blown economic crisis between two of the world's biggest trading partners? One thing is certain, Alaska is caught in the crossfire. Time is running out. Billions are on the line. And the biggest question remains, who will blink first? That's it for now. But this story isn't over. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe to stay updated and share this, because everyone needs to see what's happening. This isn't just about Alaska. This is about the future of U.S.-Canada relations. And trust me, this fight is far from over.